Hey everyone, hey, welcome to TWi Friday. This is our second session and I hope that you'll enjoy this one. As you can see, I've come outside into my lovely little garden. Thank you for joining us. It's TWi Friday. We've done another week. This week has been a bit of an Easter holiday week normally, and this is not something that is normal though, is it? So well done for tuning in. Thanks for coming in. We're still going to have a little bit of a celebration time together. Definitely going to have another song, definitely going to have another story. I'm going to bring to you a little bit of a riddle. Also, don't forget we're going to share some of your pictures that you've been sending in. Hopefully you'll spot yours this week, and if not, keep tuning in because we'll definitely be sharing loads more as the weeks go by. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll hand you over to see what our story is this week.
Hello everybody, how lovely it is to see you all again on this beautiful Good Friday. Again this week we are doing It's Thank Woodlands It's Friday. I'm going to share some thoughts and a story with you from my garden. You can hear the birds singing. During these difficult times it's hard on everybody, and especially all of you. You've been so used to going to school. We miss you all very much. However, everyone can still play their part and every one of you is valued. You are now spending a lot more time with your family at home, and that might take a bit of getting used to for everybody. In my garden I have lots of bugs and insects, and I have taken a photograph of some cobwebs for you to look at. Sometimes you hear spiders' webs called cobwebs. This is an old word for a spider, cop. Some spiders' webs have two types of silk, a sticky silk to capture insects and a non-sticky silk so that spiders can move quickly around the web. Spiders with this type of web have to make sure they tread on the right bits of it. Spiders' webs threads can be stronger than steel of the same size. So today is a story all about a creature, the spider who felt unwanted. A large spider had made a beautiful web inside a house. Soon it was trapping many big flies that flew in through the open window. The spider was very proud of the web he'd weaved. The web was splendid, but when the lady who lived in the house saw, she immediately fetched a glass and scooped him up and put him outside, so often Mrs. Dean does. She then got the hoover and removed the web, but it was cold and wet outside, and soon the spider crawled back in through an open window. It was nice and warm in the house, and he settled about weaving another web. When it was finished, the spider finished and settled himself, waiting for flies to land and caught in the sticky threads. Unfortunately for him, once more the owner of the house caught sight of the web, scooped the spider up and flicked him outside. The spider tried several more times to get back into the house, but without success. He felt miserable. All he wanted was a peaceful life. He felt that nobody liked or needed him. He dare not go back into the house. One day he was crawling outside the house next to a field. He noticed a horse tossing his head over the stable door because there were lots of flies buzzing around him. The horse was stamping his feet and swishing his tail as the flies settled on his neck and along his back. Those annoying flies would not give up. The spider crawled up to the stable door. He set about spinning a new web all the way across the door. It was a big web that stretched right up to the roof. Soon the menacing flies became caught in it. The horse was so grateful, the flies no longer bothered him. At last he felt happy somebody needed him. So time for a little reflection. What did you think of the story? Did you think that it was cruel to put the spider outside and destroy the web? Why are some of us, including me, so afraid of spiders? What did it say to you about friendship and belonging? What did it say about being useful and helpful? Some people may not like spiders, but like all living creatures, they are an important part of nature. The spider has an important part to play like we all do. Thank you for listening. Remember to stay safe by staying at home. Is there something you can do to help around the house or the garden? Take some time to be kind and help someone in your house. look after yourselves, and we will see you online very soon. Take care.
So this is today's song. This is My Lighthouse. It's a song that you might remember the assembly team brought to us a few weeks back, and it went down really well. So let's sing this one together. Everyone up out of your seats, up onto the floor, and let's have a little bit of a boogie to this one. In my wrestling, in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the greatest. You will lead us through the storm. Hey, fire before us, you're the greatest. You will lead us through the storm. Hey, fire before us, you're the greatest. You will lead us through the storm. Yeah, fire before Now, if you remember right at the beginning, I mentioned that we're going to have a riddle. Now, the idea is I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue to something. Now, the clue is, what do I really like doing in assembly? All right, and this is the riddle, okay? I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, and I can be played. What am I? Let me say it again. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, and I can be played. What am I? Email your answers in. Okay, so there we go. It's the end of another TWi Friday for this week. Tune in next week for some more pics, some more singing, some more stories, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more features. So hope you're getting on all right with your photographic competition. Don't forget, last week I announced a little photo competition. Remember, the theme was spring, and you can do still life, you can do gardens or a view from your window. Absolutely fine. And yeah, so look forward to seeing some pictures sent in. Don't forget, send them into your class email address. And all that remains for me to do is to wish you a happy Easter, because Good Friday today. Easter weekend should be nice and glorious and sunny, hopefully, and hopefully you'll have a really lovely time with your family. Speak to you soon and take care. Bye, bye, bye.